Let y'all talk.
Cheers, man. They one leg out of the damn nursing home.
If you play every game, when you motivated, man, shit, you hard to beat.
Started 0-5, and that fool ran off 11 straight.
Hmm.
Nate, I told Nate, did I not have your back that year? I said, y'all watch, Nate's gonna win.
Yes, you did. I think that's the year I got booted out the league. Because I got to the playoffs, and it was a sticky situation, and they was like, "Man, we need to let this nigga go. We need to kick this nigga out the league, man."
All right, y'all, man. That's a little bit of who we got on tonight. Man, it's your favorite podcast talking about your favorite connected Madden franchise league, Madden Junkies. We're back live on a special night. We're running a little early on a Tuesday tonight because we have a lot of divisional round playoff games coming your way. But let me introduce who I got with me tonight. I got the homie T. Say what up to the people.
What up, man, junkies?
We got Dino in the building.
What up?
Rig, say what up to the people.
What's up, peoples?
AJ, what's good, man?
What's good, junkies?
And that voice you heard in the beginning, man, that's the one and only. The no comparison to him. The big homie Nate's in the building. Say what up, Nate.
What's up? What's up?
All right, man. Before we get into these playoffs, we're gonna talk about these award winners. There's a lot of people that thought they person was gonna win the award. Shout out to the Detroit Lions, whose quarterback Tommy Manziel, aka his mama named him Jake Fromm. I'm gonna call him Jake Fromm because that's his name. But he did not win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That went to my boy Tua, representing for them Cowboys. So just like in real life, Tommy Manziel, you're behind Tua once again. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Voshan Joseph with the Cardinals. This is all the NFC side. Best quarterback, shout out to AJ with Kyle Alutta. This is 2 in a row, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Out there balling out big time. Best running back went to the
Ball,
Rams.
ballers alert, ballers alert.
Best running back went to Todd Gurley. Best wide receiver. Well, if you got the best quarterback, you got to have somebody to throw to. Derek Barty with the Saints. That's, what, 2 in a row again, right?
Ballers alert.
So if you're going to stop the Saints, you better stop that duo right there. Offensive lineman Travis Frederick won that. That Dallas line is awesome. Von Miller won for best defensive lineman. What can I say? An old vet doing his thing. Best linebacker, Leon Jacobs. Best DB and offensive player of the year went to Todd Gurley. Defensive player of the year went to Leon Jacobs. On the AFC side, you had the best player offensively, Jonathan Taylor, who had a monster last game of the season. 45 carries, 450 yards. But then he ran into a little thing called the wild card and had 6 carries for I don't know how many yards. Does it really matter? What happened there, Dino?
I was told by an unnamed source that he just ran his ass to the ground. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as that, man. He was tired, bro. That 6 carry, he said, man, you know what? I got over 300 carries this season. Fuck this shit. And he's gone. I'll see him next season. He said, I'm just a rookie. I done carried the ball over 300 damn times.
51 carries in the span of not even 2 whole games, a game and a quarter. In 5 quarters, 51 carries. I think I'd be a little tired too, Coach. So hopefully we don't see that same mistake next year from the Browns.
That's a lot of carries on one body, brother.
Yeah. 450 yards though. He got the record. I guess records are nice.
That's
Right.
about 4 seasons worth already.
He's tired. He's tired. He's still tired. He's resting up right now.
Now wait a minute.
Yeah.
If you take it back, man, you take that's like 20 carries a game. That's not bad.
Right.
Nah.
If you take it down.
Yeah. If you that's like 20 carries a game.
But when you do
bro.
it in the last game of the season, knowing you're going into the wild card game, that may not be the best thing to do.
How many times he carried the ball? 50 times in one game?
45. 45 for
Oh,
450.
In one game?
one
Yeah,
game.
one
In
game.
one game.
Man, what the hell was he trying to do? You send him
He
to the
was
grave?
he was trying to win. He was trying
He
to win
trying to end his
offense.
career?
He was trying to win offensive rookie of the year, which he did. But he also took that L
Who
going home.
he was gonna get that regardless. He's been leading that the whole season.
Yeah, well, he felt like he wasn't. That you got to ask the coach. Defensive rookie of the year went to Chase Lucas. Best quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. Best running back, Mr. 450. Best wide receiver,
300,
Wow.
367 carries. That's how many he had.
Too many, too damn many.
too
Damn,
damn
bro, he gonna
many.
retire next year from fatigue. He gonna be the first person to retire from fatigue.
DJ Shark,
but I,
DJ. Go ahead, go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I say when you done.
DJ Shark won best receiver. Best O lineman went to the Jaguars. Best D lineman went to Clowney. Harold Landry, best linebacker and defensive player of the year. Jalen Ramsey, pretty much probably gonna run this title for however long he feel like it. Best DB. But the real award, Dwayne Haskins as a rookie won that MVP, followed by
Congratulations,
Mr.
congratulations.
450. And Coach of the Year went to the Jaguars, going 16-0. Heck of a season by them, and a heck of a season. Congrats to all the award winners. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all playing the season, bringing your best every game, and doing what you can. Now we get into what we're really here for: these postseason divisional round matchups. Hopefully, some of you guys watched the lives today earlier. We got to hear from the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Broncos. Right now, we have the Jags and the Saints both on. So we're going to ask them real quick, what are y'all predictions for your game? AJ, you got the Cardinals. What do you played them once this year. You lost. Tough loss, was a close game. What do you find yourself, where do you find this team, telling your team as you go ready for this matchup?
Well, the big thing here is just capitalizing in the red zone, and I feel like if we can make, we'll be okay.
No
Got a
doubt, no
pretty
doubt.
stout defense, so I feel like I can contain them enough to where as long as I score, we'll be successful.
No doubt, no doubt. You don't have any major injuries or nothing on this team right now. Coming into this game healthy?
100% healthy. Well, no, we're still missing our second cornerback, Sam Bill, but
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like we'll be okay.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely going to be a good game there. If y'all can tune in, that game should be played around sometime after 9. Hopefully not too much longer. Hopefully y'all stay up and watch that one. It'll be definitely a good one. And then we got the other game, Jags versus Broncos. Riggs, man, nobody beat you this season. You're 16-0. You got the target on your back. What are you telling your team as you get ready for this game?
It's one game, gentlemen. Treat it as such. Go in, take care of the ball, play our game, dominated all three phases of the game. Hopefully, we'll come out with a win. We're facing a good team tonight.
No doubt, no doubt. Humble as ever, but we all know what it's really like. But we won't speak on that. Since we got our man Nate on here tonight, man, there's 3 games left to be played. We got Broncos, Jags, Cardinals, Saints, 49ers, Cowboys. Give us your insight on each of those games. Who do you think's going to win and your final score predictions?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest about it. Uh, I really think the Jaguars are probably the best team. Uh, it has the best user. The dude is dominant in like every freaking league I play with. I was hoping he pulled like a pinky finger or some shit, like pinky muscle, thumb muscle or some shit,
Shit, while you tripping,
and
shit,
like
Najee broke his thumb. Shit,
fracture
he's
his
gone half
finger
the
or some
season.
shit. You know what I mean? One of these damn seasons,
Maybe his
and forced him to
transformer.
play with his.
Maybe his
Yeah, I
transformer
hope.
blows and he can't get to the internet.
Yeah, Yeah, hopefully he's not even-handed and shit. You know what I mean?
He
But
probably is.
You gotta beat you with my offhand, nigga.
but
You guys are
Playing with
shit.
his
terrible.
joystick upside down.
Yeah, he loves playing with his joystick. But
Here we go.
anyway, yeah, it's probably. I mean, I just gotta give it to the nigga solid, man. I mean, he need to really be on the Madden bus or something, so somebody can humble his ass for real. But I'm gonna go with JJ. JJ solid. I mean, AJ solid. I really don't know much about the Cardinals, so I can't speak on them.
Well,
But I know AJ
he did
solid.
give the Saints their only loss of the season.
Okay.
Actually, the Cardinals beat this season. He did beat the Saints and the Cowboys.
Well, AJ,
Let's say they talk about. Hold on. First of all, it
AJ,
wasn't necessary to talk about the Cowboys loss. That's not who they playing. So we just don't need to speak about that right now.
Well, I was just saying that the
'Cause
Cowboys
that's
are
like me.
a
That's like
very
me
good
saying.
team.
That's
So
like me saying, well, the Broncos sent the Browns home and now they play the Jaguars. Is there any purpose in that?
yeah, you was missing the point that I was making. The point I was making is he's got to be a pretty good player in order to beat the Cowboys. I was giving you a compliment, but okay, let's move on.
I thought I still had the floor, but
You do.
anyway,
You do.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Nate. Go ahead, Nate.
I want a big shout out to Guwap. I mean, I see he done jumped up in the ranks and shit, and got on the playoff picture, which is amazing. I don't know if his team is 1,000 overall, but hey, it doesn't matter.
1,000 overall.
Uh, he's in there. Like I said, the Cardinals and Saints is gonna. I don't know too much about the Cardinals. I know AJ, Coach AJ is real solid. He might Houdini your ass, but he'll be over for that. And then fuck the Cowboys, 49ers. If our boy ain't singing while he playing, he might be a challenge for a little bit. That nigga singing some church shit. It's a rap. And I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys. So I'm looking at the Cowboys and the Jaguars. I'm looking at the Cowboys and the Saints of course the road to the Super Bowl. I think that's gonna be a real solid game. I mean, super solid. I know they know each other well. They both know each other's YouTubes and shit. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be real dope. I'm going with the
Woo,
Cowboys.
these shade trees, boy. These shade trees.
And I see that the Raiders upset the Titans. Maybe.
We ain't
Yeah.
gonna talk about that game.
Okay. Well,
we ain't gonna talk about it.
It don't matter. I mean, it don't matter. Them dudes in the them Tigers, them Jaguars, they're gonna be in the bowl. And I'm looking at, and no shade to Houdini or nothing, but I just think that the Cowboys are gonna edge you. I'm gonna say by a field goal, and it's gonna be the Cowboys and Jags.
So you saying Cowboys and
enough.
Jags in the Super Bowl? Okay, I like that's some good
Yeah,
prediction.
I think it's gonna be a straight ass rape in the Super Bowl for the Jags. They're gonna ass rape the
First of all, ain't nobody gonna rape my ass. Ain't no ass raping going on nowhere.
It's straight apple and balls and chain, buddy. You just hang it up.
Okay.
I mean, shit, Riggs. I'm not no. I mean, if I was a fan, I would be a fan of Riggs, but I'm not. But I'm just saying, the niggas.
Okay.
I need to laugh with him and shit.
Okay, moving on with all this ass raping. T man, what's your predictions for these 3 games? I know you gave them on the live. What do you got for these 3 games, man?
Cowboys, Jags, Saints,
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, Jags, Saints.
Oh!
Just gonna disrespect the Cowboys. Dino, your picks.
Ooh.
My picks. Since y'all already played this season, I already said if I meet again in the playoffs, which I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think y'all gonna meet again in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
what's
I
what's what's
think
your what's your predictions? I asked you your 3 games. Give me your three
I'm
games.
I'm predicting
He going with that red team.
I'm predicting the Cardinals,
Mm-hmm.
Jags, Jags Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
So wait, who the Cardinals playing though to get to the Super Bowl?
I'm predicting that the Cardinals are playing the Cowboys.
So you got the Cowboys losing too.
Uh-oh.
Wow, wow. Riggs, give me
Oh,
the
so you
two.
said did you say Cardinals and Jags in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he said.
Ooh. Ooh. Cardinals that
Riggs,
good?
Riggs, give me your prediction on the 2 games. You don't have to speak on your game, but the Cardinals and the
Oh, I was
Cowboys
gonna
game.
say the Broncos were winning my game.
If you don't, man, somebody boot this humble nigga. Somebody boot this fake ass humble ass nigga. Somebody
Oh
boot
man,
this
bro.
fake humble ass nigga off this
we want you to mi-
podcast.
Why you so mad, bro?
I ain't mad. You
Reeves
just gotta
want to
be
be the
fake humble.
underdog, man.
So bad. He
can
do
I
so
can I
bad.
2 different scenario predictions or no?
No, you
I
gotta
only
give
get
us
one.
your one and done.
He feel bad about what he said.
No, I
He
don't.
he
No, I
no
don't. No, I don't.
he don't
He
gotta
gotta
feel
take it
bad.
back.
That's all right.
No, I
I
don't. I
mean,
don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about what I said. But I
You
just
don't want
think
to take it back?
only thing I would say, and I ain't trying no shade attended. But the winner between I just felt like the winner between the Cardinal Saints is going to the Super Bowl, and
okay.
that'd be
So if the
Jets,
Saints win, they're going. If the Cardinals win, they're going. That's what you're
probably,
saying. Okay.
probably.
Okay.
Well, damn.
It's
Wait a minute. Hold up, man.
it's hard to hate when you're looking outside the club, but I understand. I understand.
I'm just saying. I don't see how you just disregard the Cowboys like that.
He did.
I
It's
didn't.
okay. It's okay.
No, I didn't.
He got
How did I
Yeah, because
disregard?
basically,
he has
cause
me beating
basically,
the 49ers, but then not going any further.
yeah. But see, I see him saying that the Saints and the Cardinals are the two best teams left in the NFC.
Right, and there's 4 teams left. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. He's saying that. He's saying one of these teams that I believe the Cowboys are undefeated, right?
No, we have 2 losses, and I've lost to both those teams, the Cardinals and the
Oh,
Saints.
oh, okay.
Does that change
Now I
your
see where he's
scenario?
going.
Does that change your
Well,
scenario?
no. But see, I didn't know. I told you I didn't know much about the Cardinals, so I couldn't
Okay,
really speak
right,
on it.
right, no doubt. I
That's
mean,
why
the
I said that.
Cardinals.
And I gave AJ the nod over the Cardinals because of past experience. AJ's an experienced player. He knows how to do his thing.
Right, right.
But but I'm going with who I know can ball. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I feel like the Saints is the better team because I can't speak on the Cardinals in
I
that
think they all
situation.
can ball.
Yeah,
To be
but
honest with
I believe if it came down to the Cowboys and Saints, as long as Sky don't get Houdini, he'll win. But if he Houdinis you, which very well might happen.
Uh, nah, man. You know what's funny though? What's funny is they said the Transformers out here ain't been too strong lately, so they could they could go at any moment is what they've been telling us out here in my neighborhood. So we just gotta hope and pray these Transformers hold up. We gotta hope and pray they hold up. So, but Riggs, go ahead and give us your prediction on the Saints, Cardinals, and 49ers, Cowboys.
Uh, I'm gonna pick the Saints over the Cards because AJ's an adaptive player. He's probably picked up on some tendencies and probably figured out his game plan. Because the game they played was close, so
Right,
I'm pretty sure
right,
he's
no
making these
doubt.
adjustments. And the
Hey, he
nine
can
and
handle
the
who he can.
and the Cards, they finished the season off on a mudslide.
Yeah,
Started
they
off
really
hot,
did.
went
They really
cold,
did.
and he's starting to heat back up. So this is gonna be a good
You're
matchup.
right.
As far
But the
as
next,
the
no, that
Cowboys and the Niners, it's so hard talking over there.
It's, bruh.
That's so funny. Uh, I feel like the Cowboys are a better team, even though the Niners are stacked. I feel like the Cowboys, because he put his team piece by piece together, draft trades, all that. So I feel like he has
Right.
the edge over that.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Who you got winning at it? Who do you see yourself facing in the Super Bowl?
You mean the Broncos, nigga? I might not want them bitches.
I didn't know if you was gonna catch it. I was gonna see if you was gonna catch it. Nah, who you think? Who you got going to the Super Bowl out of those teams? Then
Uh, last time I picked the Saints during the regular season game of the week matchup. Game was close. I think I'm gonna rock with the Cowboys this time. I'm gonna flip it.
oh man, Ooh, no
And the
pressure.
ass rape scenario stands.
Shut up, man. AJ, man, who you got in the Broncos, Jags, 49ers, Cowboys?
Jax, easy. I think he's the clear
Damn,
favorite
easy.
here.
Whew.
Can somebody go against me? Damn.
Nope.
Oh,
Not giving you no bulletin board material.
man, Jeff go against me. That's Jeff always gonna go against
Jeff
me.
go against
Well,
anybody.
Jeff's partially retarded, so that ain't count.
I could picture Jeff nodding his head when you said that.
He did. He's nodding his head right now. So he heard me.
Anyway,
He always nods his head. He just
so you got the
nods his
Jags,
head.
and then who you got out of the Cowboys and 49ers?
Cowboys, Niners. I'm gonna go with Cowboys because I feel like the Cowboys user he knows what he got to do offensively, and I feel like he'll be able to execute that.
For sure, for sure. My predictions, man, I think it's unanimous. We pretty much everybody picked the Jags. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be a good game though. Mook is a tough opponent. I played him earlier in the season. We talked about some things to get his situation more stable for his connection, and I think that's been a big help for him going forward in his games, and it shows in his record and what he's been able to do with his team, beating the Browns twice and making a splash that way. So I got the Jags
Whoa,
winning
whoa,
though.
whoa, 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 whoa. Rewind that.
Yeah,
He did what?
he beat the Browns twice this year.
He beat the commissioner
Handedly.
twice?
He beat who?
Handedly.
Yeah,
He beat the commissioner?
yeah, twice. It's still in the league. Ain't that something?
Damn, you didn't find no fallacies or nothing to get his ass out of there for embarrassing you like that? I mean, damn, Dino.
Hey,
You done turned over a
unlike
new,
most
you done
people,
turned over a new wig or something?
man, most likely, I've never gave anybody. I've never. See, I could take a L, man. It's all good.
But normally
Hey,
you
man,
find a
if
discrepancy somewhere. I'm
I
surprised you
never,
didn't find a
man, I
discrepancy.
never found a discrepancy for a victory, man. A loss is, man. If a man beats you, man, give that man his win, bro. Ain't no, this ain't that type of league.
And when he beat you down, he just
Hey,
take your lunch money from you, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Well, that's still one victory.
You said
was
one.
it a beatdown?
Yeah, both times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty handily.
First matchup, he had what -18 rushing yards.
Woo, shit.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, shut that run game
It was
down.
pretty handily.
You wasn't prepared, was you, Dino? There's something you had something
Nah,
going on. Maybe you
I
was
was
getting some head or
prepared.
something
It
while you
just
was
didn't.
playing. I mean, what's
Nah, it
on,
just
man?
didn't end well. It just didn't end well.
Nah, he gave him that apple, took the apple back, and brought it back to him again, and made him eat the same apple.
Ooh, ooh.
Tastes
I
pretty
got
good
the.
too.
I hope not. I hope that's not a taste you want to continue to have from the Broncos.
Well, everybody eat apples. There ain't nobody in here that ate no apple.
Greg. I don't think he's tasted the apple yet.
Not this
Everybody
season.
in here didn't taste
Not
no.
this
Well,
season.
nah, he ain't taste no apple this season.
But I got the Jags winning, and I got the. I'm gonna ride with the Saints in that other game. Good Lord, you gonna die? Don't die on us now, brother Nate.
Said dank, man.
Dear brother Dempsey.
Right. But yeah, Saints. I got Saints beating Cardinals in a good. It's gonna be a good matchup. But like Rick said, I think AJ's one of the better adjusters in the game. If he's played you once, he can find something to hone in on and take care of business there. And Mr. Humble, Mr. Fake Humble will do what he does, and he'll come out of that game with a win and then act like he didn't do nothing. And especially if he beats the dog breaks off the Broncos, he'll still play like, oh, it
What
was a
time is
tough
that
game.
game going?
They're both. I believe Riggs. You said what? 8:30.
Both. Yeah.
8:30
What's the
Eastern for
first
that
game?
one. The first one I believe will be the 49ers Cowboys. I believe we'll be locking up at 8 o'clock. But if he ain't there at 8:15, you know what that means. I'll just leave that at
No,
that.
Nate do.
Hell yeah.
Tell them Nate they got 15
I'm a
minutes.
clock watcher.
You got
I'm
that
the
right.
clock watcher.
You
Watch
got
the
that
hand
right.
go around. Yes, sir.
You got that right. But those are the rest of the games. You know, we love for y'all to make y'all predictions. Make them on the page. Make them on this YouTube video here. Who do y'all have winning these games? Be sure you tune in to everybody's games. Riggs will be streaming, AJ will be streaming, and I will be streaming as well. So hopefully you follow us. There'll be links on the Facebook page so you can watch the games. There'll be good. There's gonna be some good games, man. It's definitely gonna be some good games. Off season is coming up. Hopefully you guys are getting prepared to re-sign players you did not re-sign, because we don't want to hear no whining. Because once we start off season, we get to moving. We get to moving through it. We don't slow down the off season, and we're looking at right now probably. I'm not going to give a specific date or time, but probably a weekend draft is more than likely what's going to go down for this year. So that's how fast the off season moves. We don't play around. We like to get in, get out, and get to the next season so we can all start that drive for a championship.
Got a question. Who drafted Kyler Murray?
The Jets.
Jets. Hot
How did he do this
tracks.
season?
I'll look at his stats. We can look at his stats. I don't
Who?
think he didn't do all that great.
7-9.
7-9. He started out what? 5-0, 4-0,
Something
6-0.
like that.
6-0.
6-0.
It
He
all
started out
started
hot.
with that meltdown against the Saints.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my. Yeah, it did though. I forgot all about that. Damn, AJ, you had some
It was a
highlights this year.
meltdown, huh?
Yeah, man. the Houdini. The Houdini came
Oh,
out.
no shit. Houdini came
Nah,
out.
I ain't gonna do my boy like that, man. Nah, he came back.
Houdini's a motherfucker, boy. I
Cause he
tell
was
you.
down. Nah, AJ was down what 20 something to 3, going into the fourth quarter. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, it was. I was down like 24 points
Hold on, we can go back
by
and look at the stats of
like
that game. Hold
three
on a second.
minutes.
I'm on here once again.
Who was that?
Somebody listening to the live.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's
Murray
me, my
almost threw
fault.
for 4,000 yards, 3,700,
Oh, you
Yeah.
picking through?
he threw 36,
only 20 TDs.
but 30 something picks, didn't he?
Yep.
What week
Damn.
was that, AJ, that you played in? Was that week 5?
I could tell you right here in a second.
Let's let him pull up on Daddy's League.
Man, that wasn't week 3.
No, it was follow around trade deadline, brother.
Week
That was
7.
a
Nope.
that was a highlight game.
Nate, you played him. Y'all didn't play that game?
Yeah, I remember playing the Jets.
Yeah.
That's
and you lost.
what's it, Anthony? I
Week
mean, not
8.
Anthony, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 8. Yeah,
Who?
week 8. It was going into the fourth quarter. It was 24-3, and not just going into the fourth quarter, like with what 4 minutes left. It was
Yeah, something
24-3.
like that.
AJ put up 22 straight unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win 25-24. That was
A hell of a
definitely
comeback.
wow.
definitely a highlight this season. There was a couple of good games this year, man. Maybe not to the extent of
Wow.
like this game, but week one, Cardinals user was brand new, had AJ. He pulled off that win. That was wasn't that week one?
Yeah.
Where's that game at? Damn, what a pesty. That was a good game. And then
It was like either that or week two.
maybe it was
Yeah,
week
it was
two.
week two. My bad.
Okay. Well, yeah, Nate knows about apples. He took that a big one week one, 68-3.
Yeah, who was that did that to me?
The Patriots. The Patriots.
Damn.
But here's the
No,
kicker, Nate.
that shit
Nate.
reminded me of Kevin Hart. He told me, "You see that nigga hit me? Did that jump me?" He's an octopus.
Oh man. But Nate, here's the bigger kicker though, is that the Patriots is the same team that gave up that 45 rushes for 450 yards.
Wow. Interesting.
Conspiracy.
Mm. Nate, you had a big win though, Nate. Week two,
I don't know.
you
The
made a comeback.
Patriots.
I know you made a comeback in that game versus the. You put
Who
up
was the big
22. You
win?
put up 22 points in the fourth yourself versus the
Against
Tampa
who?
Bay. Emmanuel Fleming and the Buccaneers. I remember watching
Yeah,
that
he's
game
a
and
water
thinking it was
boy.
over. Yeah, but Nate, he was
He's a
beating the
water.
brakes off you.
He's a water boy.
Yeah, the water
But
boy beat the
anyway.
brakes off you, and you came back to win. That was a good
Yeah.
game. But yeah, AJ's
Yeah,
and
he
AJ and the
cried. He
Cardinals
cried
24 and
foul. He cried
21.
foul on that too. I don't know.
Well, did you do some Houdini?
I don't know no Houdini shit. I wish I did.
I bet you do, Nate. I bet you do. But nah, that was a good game between the Cardinals and Saints, man. That's definitely gonna be probably the matchup of the week, man. Can AJ avenge his loss? I mean, Guwap did play the Jags earlier this season, but I'm pretty sure that was a blowout.
Nah, it was actually a close ass game.
What week did y'all play?
Let me pull that up for you, sir. I barely won that bitch.
I'm sure you didn't. Riggs will,
Right?
Riggs will, Riggs will beat you 100-3 and talk about, hey man,
What?
that was a good game, brother. You played tough. You played tough.
Yeah, bro, sometimes shit don't fall your way. Sometimes it does, man. Shit.
Oh,
No,
24-14.
I'm just
Week
fooling
4.
around.
Yeah, week 4. That was a close game, man.
Mm, I guess for Riggs purposes, yeah, that was a close game.
Yeah, motherfucker. Shit, I threw 3 interceptions that game. Nigga. Haskins
Yeah,
looked
okay.
like a rookie that game.
Yeah, but then you rushed 18 times for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns with your other rookie. So I don't want to hear nothing.
You can't really count that because one rush was 90 something yards, bro. You take
That
half that away, but he shut me down.
you can't take it away because you did it. So guess what? It's in there. You beat the
So
brakes
you
off.
so you a negative Nancy, bro. That's all like talking to me.
It's not negative, Nancy. You just be fake humble out here in these streets, and I want people to
No,
understand
it's
that
not,
you
bro.
ain't humble.
Those are real facts, bro. Those are real facts. The nigga
Nah,
shut me down besides
nah,
that one run.
nah. You fake humble. That nigga.
You just want people at my neck, bro. That's all. You just want an easy road for the Cowboys because you need it.
Man, listen, we ain't talking about my
Quiet now,
Cowboys right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Quiet now, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, we all know I'm finna win this game. Let's be
Jags
real.
Junior, that's what you
Let's
are. You're
be
Jags
let's.
Junior. You got to be talking now. You're Jags Junior now. You got half the damn talent.
Well,
Jags Junior.
I built this team like you said, so I made the right decisions, right? All right then.
You got it from the farmhouse. That's why.
I appreciate your farmhouse. Keep building them, and I'll keep coming over with something to get them.
Mm-mm.
But anyway,
Put
anyway,
no buy zone on your ass. Put
I
fire.
believe this Super Bowl is gonna be nasty. It's gonna be a lot of cheap shots and a lot of unpleasant hits and all kind of stuff going on.
no doubt, no doubt. While we
I
got you
sense
on
a
here,
little
Nate,
tension.
man, we know your team didn't make a run this year for the playoffs. But we know you definitely got some pieces that you picked up in this last draft, especially the quarterback. Seemed like you might be able to do a little something with that guy. What are you looking forward to in this off season? Are you looking to build through
Well,
free
Samuel's ass is on
agency,
the trading block.
right? But are you looking to
Samuel's
build through
ass.
free agency, or are you looking to build through the
Yeah,
draft?
I'm looking to get rid of Samuel's ass. I'm
I know, I
getting
know,
rid of
I know,
him.
I know you want people to listen to that and hear you, and I'm sure they are, and I'm
Yes,
sure somebody will
I
be.
want to get rid of Samuel. Samuels is ready to go. He's not happy. He's tired of losing. And I get it. I get it. He's ready to go. He's causing trouble in the locker room,
Oh
fighting
wow,
people naked, and we don't want that. So pulled a trail on us last week, and we cool with that. But yeah, man, we looking to just make a splash, man. We trying to get rid of these retirees, people that just want to play for a paycheck and ain't
okay,
performing on the field.
gotcha.
So I mean, we got I inherited an old beat up team, and I'm trying to recover from that. And it's hard, but hey,
Indeed,
we doing
indeed.
what we can, man.
Right, right. What else you got? Well, T, what you got going with your team this off season? We know you ran into some injuries earlier in the year.
Man, fire sale. I'm fired everybody. Fuck it.
No
Nah,
doubt,
man.
no doubt.
We gonna try to find some old line help, man.
Okay, so O line is what you looking for. So if the people got some O line for the Packers, you saying come bring them your way, and you got some pieces they may
Yes,
need.
sir.
You
T,
can
come
have my
holler,
whole starting
come
five.
holler, come holler at your nephew,
Dino, man, first time in the playoffs, quick exit, but you seem to have found some pieces that you want for your team. Many are saying Mahomes may not be the answer. Spotlight may be a little too big. What do you say about that?
He may not be. Who knows? If anybody know me, they know my history. You only got a couple of seasons to perform before you gone. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the verdict is still out. We'll see. Like I said, I don't plan on making too big of a splash in this year's draft. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna take another season to evaluate my team, and I'll know what I need from there.
No doubt, no doubt. So you saying if somebody sees something they like on your team, could they possibly make a pick for that?
Oh man, anything can go for the right price.
Okay, okay. You hear that, Nate? He may have some pieces for you over there in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Nate, Nate,
my
Nate,
he
Nichols.
wants my he wants my ball sack Samuels and all my picks. I'm good.
huh?
I'm good, bro.
Okay.
He's the number one rapist in the league.
I barely
That
make
nigga need to be
trades now.
sentenced for
To be
mad
honest
rape.
with you, I barely make trades.
You need to be
I pretty
prosecuted
much
for
developed
mad
my
rape.
team through the draft.
That nigga is a mad raper.
Um, nah, I'm gonna disagree with that. Maybe in the past, but I'm gonna disagree with that.
I'm gonna say definitely. When we saw a certain quarterback go to a certain team and a certain running back end up on that team, and then get sent back, that's definitely some trade.
You said you only got 2 weeks to perform. So you gotta go.
Told that
You got
man he
two
had
weeks.
2 weeks. Heck nah. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Hopefully y'all take a second to listen to the podcast. We just shoot the shit, talk shit, man, and give you the information that you may not have thought you was looking for, but you didn't know that you needed. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll go
I
around
got
for
a
last
question.
word. Oh yeah, my bad. Nate got some questions. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah,
What's
I
your
got some
questions?
questions, man.
Go ahead.
Now, uh, I'm kind of in a shithole here when it comes to like trying to figure out how do you actually get these teams better when you're being so far behind? It's like
You gotta.
I don't know, got the answer.
I'll answer that for you. Sometimes you got to give to get. Now you may not like that answer. It's the answer that a lot of people hear and don't like. They don't think they need to give up anything to get anything. And sometimes you may have to take a bad, quote unquote, what you feel is a bad deal to flip that and make a better deal. Not flipping players, but picks. A pick may come in that you can use to move up. Uh, you can look at the Cowboys this past draft. When we got Tua, we had some picks that came in, and we were able to move those to move up to number 2 and get Tua. Now,
So
some people
basically, you
I
saying
had. Go ahead.
so you saying basically you're looking for. I don't know. I guess you look. I guess for some players they need to take developed players versus developing players. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if you find you can say that. But if you don't think you're good at developing players, then why not go get developed players? If you feel
Hmm.
like when you play the game, you're good with a player that's already developed, and you play better that way, you got to work what's best for you. If you don't feel like you're getting enough XP or enough wins to boost your guys up, maybe you go get you some veteran guys, and you get some of these young guys behind them, but you got to learn to give them some playing time too. Sometimes if you as you like to so eloquently state, if somebody giving you that apple, why not put your second string in to let them play a little bit? Why not let them get some reps?
Hmm.
Because on this Madden, it's if you get them some downs played, that's some XP towards getting those little blue pills to boost your players up. So I mean, it's a give and take, man. I know some guys get a player and they look at their player and go, "Oh, he's worth 2 or 3 first round picks. I need at least 2." Not everybody gonna have 2 picks for you, but if somebody got a first round pick you can take, and a couple of other give you if you end up with 3 picks, but then take those 3 picks to move up into the draft higher, is that not a better deal than just keeping that player that you know you ain't gonna work with?
I get what you're saying.
Nobody,
To add on
Anybody
to
else got to answer? I mean, anybody else want to answer? Go ahead.
me, nobody ever really looks at when you take the the the, uh, the lesser side of a deal. They only see when you take the better side of the deal. But really, if you look, like usually like 3 out of every 4 deals, I'm taking the lesser side because I'm banking on things.
Yeah.
Like, and other guys, it just all depends. Like Scott said, it all depends on what you good at. I'm good at banking on things. Like, so yeah, maybe down the line it may look like, okay, oh, you got him for this and that, but hell, I had to work with him. Maybe the guy that traded to me wasn't willing to do that. So it's just all what you feel is that you're gonna do with your team. I take a lesser deal in a minute, but it just all depends. It just all depends what I need for my team. Anybody's
No
open
doubt.
on my team for trade, so anybody
No
talk to me,
doubt.
they know that.
Anybody else?
another thing is sometimes with like key skill positions, you just got to go through the growing pains early, especially if you got a quarterback that he may have an R, but his accuracy may not be there all the way. Sometimes you just gotta go through those growing pains. Just keep playing with them, getting that PT in, and then over time they'll eventually develop. Especially if you're getting wins with that.
No doubt. No doubt. Riggs, T, y'all
Okay.
got anything to add?
Yeah, man. Like people are so infatuated with overall ratings as far as when trades are going. Like low key, you probably want that 96 overall player, the wide receiver
Hey
with the
Riggs,
92
I'm gonna
speed.
stop. I gotta stop you, man. You can't go. You can't give up everything, bro.
All right. With that being said, Nate, what's your next question? You said you had a few questions. What's your next question?
Wait, whoa, whoa. See, well, I'm gonna have a sidebar because that was must have been some
I
token
this is
information
what
there.
I'm going. This is
Nah,
what I'm going to say. This is
Riggs
what
is
I'm
better.
going to say. This is what I'm going to say. Don't be afraid to build young talent.
I
It's
got you.
gonna take a while,
I've never
but
been afraid to do that, so I get what you're saying with that, and that's solid. That's solid information. So yeah.
Don't be afraid to build it, but can you build it? Some people don't play. Some people play. Say you got. I'm just using this as an example because everybody know who Julio Jones is. Say you got Julio Jones and somebody that you just drafted. Julio Jones catches everything. Maybe who you just drafted, you didn't need him. You gonna feel like you don't need him because you got Julio Jones and you throwing the ball up deep to him. So maybe you don't need him. Maybe somebody else. Maybe he's somebody else's Julio Jones.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. Anything else, Nate? Any more questions?
Nah, I'm through.
Did you? Was that some solid? Was that some solid
it,
information for you? Though?
I mean, it did what it did. You know what I mean?
Was you look? Was it
I
something you
can't
was
say I
looking
was a.
for? Was there? Was
I
there a
was
certain
looking for
answer you were
something
looking
else.
for?
It never came through. So I guess I just need to just keep taking these, ass whoopings and trying to get better. That's how I look at it. I don't know. I think a lot of my I know I am super predictive, and I'm trying to work on that.
There you
You
go.
know,
So maybe sometimes it
I'm
has to do
trying.
with your game plan and how you game plan things.
Come down to the J. Rig school, get that
50,
playbook for
59.99.
19.99.
59.99. You selling yourself short, brother.
Nah, the playbook's that much. The training costs 59.99.
Oh, okay.
Walking through step
Got you.
by step.
Okay, got you. There you go. But with that, man, we're gonna get
Also,
on with our.
also, you could get the playbook cheap, but you got to pay to learn how to work the playbook.
There you go.
There you
Can't give
go.
the secrets away at one time.
Uh,
Fortnite.
uh,
With that
Learn
being
from
said, man.
Fortnite.
Oh, learn to build. This guy. Yeah, I mean that's the only way to do it, man. Is learn to build for sure. But Nate, man, hit us with your final words first this evening.
Final words? My final words was, man, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm in a tough division. Like I said, it's good to know that one of the people in our division is a frequent visitor of the Final Four or whatever, or the Final Eight, whatever have you.
Right.
So I'm looking to build and trying to get better. Try to perfect what we do over here in Carolina, and hopefully these fans don't ask for my job next season.
No doubt, no doubt.
As long as these fans don't ask for my job next season, I'm gonna keep trying to get us better. That's all I can say.
No doubt, no doubt. T, man, final words.
get these damn playoffs over with. Let's get to this new season.
That's how all them couch sitters all say the same thing. Dino, go ahead. What's your
All
final
right,
words?
Sky. I was thinking it, but I was like, don't say it.
Hey, man.
Wrong.
All
I
right,
wasn't gonna say it.
Dino, man, give us your final words, man.
Y'all wrong, boy.
If we could get to, hold on. If we could get to one, my final words, if we could get to one playoffs without T saying, let's hurry up and get this shit over. That's all I want.
Shut the hell up, Dino.
All right, AJ, man, you got a big game coming up, man. We look forward to watching you play, man. What's your final words, brother?
Man, I hope y'all tune in. User pick 101 is the Twigs.
No doubt.
We're looking to have a good game and a move forward.
For sure, for sure. Riggs, man.
What time is your game, AJ?
Sometime between like 9:15, 9:45ish. Hopefully.
It'll be a blackout. It'll be a blackout over here, brother. I'm sorry, I won't be able. It'll be blacked out. Blackout.
Oh man, yeah, for sure. Yeah, AJ does archive his streams, man. So if y'all want to go back and watch the game, it'll be on his Twitch. Like he said, it's user pick 101, all one word. Go ahead and check him out, man. Riggs, got you a nice little game coming up. Rematch from the regular season. What's your final words, man?
Man, I don't know, man. I just hope I win. I just hope Mook
This
don't beat
nigga.
my ass.
This
Low-key, I really hope, like, whoever advances in the playoffs, they don't take any injuries because that can
For
be like the
sure.
worst thing ever in the
For
Facts.
season.
sure. For sure. No doubt. All right, man.
But
Y'all
my
make sure
team hurt me.
y'all tune in to Riggs Twitch Chips with a Z 88, all one word. He'll be streaming probably about 8:30, 8:45 somewhere in there.
Oh,
Go ahead.
one more thing, because I just wanted to, because I know where we about to go. How about them Cowboys? We want to hear from you too. Before you go into how about the Cowboys, we do want to hear from you what you guys say too.
My final words.
Yeah. Before how about them Cowboys?
We ready. We ready.
Yeah.
We ready for y'all. How about them Cowboys? Woo!